A brand new apartment can lose tens of thousands of dollars the moment it becomes a resale property. The building has not become old, the city has not collapsed. What disappeared was the developer's premium, the launch incentives, and the emotional value of being the first owner. In Tokyo, the structure itself may depreciate. In London, service charges can frighten buyers. In Dubai, thousands of newer units may arrive nearby. So why do some new homes rise, and others start losing value before the furniture is even installed? A newly completed apartment offers a sense of security. There are no repair logs or history of neglected maintenance to worry about. However, the first owner enters a unique financial transition. They purchase the property as a pristine retail product, but they will eventually sell it as a used financial asset. This shift strips away a price premium that often has little to do with the underlying land or rental value. This deconstruction of a $500,000 launch price shows the impact of developer incentives. Items like furniture packages, legal fee contributions, or service charge holidays might total $15,000. While the registered price remains $500,000, the effective economic price is actually closer to $485,000. Once the developer's marketing suite closes, the reality of the secondary market takes over. Over a 1 to 10-year timeline, an individual owner is no longer the only option in the building. They must compete for buyers against remaining developer inventory, landlords exiting the project, and brand new towers opening next door. The initial price is often a reflection of temporary marketing success and the prestige of being the first owner. Long-term value, however, depends on the permanent economic components hidden beneath that headline number. To understand a property's true worth, we can separate the price into 4 distinct parts: the land value, the physical building value, the developer's marketing premium, and the ongoing ownership obligations. Japan illustrates how the building and the land age at completely different rates. While many believe a Japanese home becomes worthless after 30 years, the reality is more nuanced. The physical structure is expected to depreciate significantly, but the land in a high-demand location can retain or even increase its value. Cultural preferences for newness, combined with evolving seismic standards and tax depreciation schedules, pull the value of the structure down quickly. Buyers often pay more for the latest insulation and efficient layouts, making older buildings less competitive, even if they are well-maintained. This creates a divergence in the market. A condominium near a major Tokyo transit hub can appreciate because land demand outweighs the aging building. In contrast, poorly located units in Osaka may face heavy losses once the premium for newness disappears and the location fails to support the price. Ultimately, an apartment's long-term performance is a race between the scarcity of the land and the inevitable decay of the physical structure. In London, the focus shifts to the fourth component: ownership obligations. Many modern developments include high-end amenities like concierges, communal heating, and complex landscaped courtyards. A resale buyer weighs the appeal of the kitchen and the view against the ongoing cost of a permanent annual obligation. These amenities, which drive the initial launch price, require constant, expensive maintenance that stays with the property forever. Service charges can escalate aggressively over time. An annual fee that starts at $4,000 can climb toward $10,000 or more, while rental income may remain flat. This turns an attractive investment into a heavy financial burden for the next owner. These rising costs, alongside leasehold complexities and building safety concerns, have caused London flats to underperform houses in recent years. When a developer still has unsold units next door with attractive payment plans, a resale owner often has to discount their price just to compete. The next owner inherits an escalating financial liability alongside the property's floor plan. Dubai's market demonstrates how the developer premium evaporates when supply is relentless. The city's rapid expansion means one new building is constantly being superseded by the next. Early buyers often experience an off-plan illusion. As developers raise prices for later phases of a project, those who bought in early feel their value is rising. But the real test of that value occurs only after the building is finished. Completion often triggers a liquidity crisis. Individual owners suddenly compete with developers who can offer massive fee waivers, flexible payment schedules, and professional marketing that a single seller cannot match. This map shows how a single tower's resale potential can be suffocated by surrounding construction. Newer projects with more modern amenities can pull demand away, forcing existing owners to lower their prices to find a buyer. Even in a city with a growing population, an individual apartment can still lose its premium to a pipeline that never stops producing newer options. In Singapore, the risk centers on the legal limits of ownership, specifically the concept of lease decay. Because most property is held on 99-year leases, the countdown of time is a primary factor in its financial life. A 99-year lease supports strong value initially, but as the term shrinks, financing becomes difficult and the buyer pool narrows. Furthermore, high taxes for foreign buyers limit international demand. Resale value depends entirely on local eligibility and remaining lease life. Hong Kong proves that even extreme scarcity has limits. While land is at a premium, the high initial prices of new builds can still evaporate when credit conditions tighten or interest rates rise. Physical scarcity is irrelevant if the legal right to occupy the land is nearing its end, or if the original purchase price was artificially inflated by temporary market conditions. New construction offers genuine benefits, including modern safety standards and higher energy efficiency. These buildings provide a more functional living space and lower immediate repair risks. The danger lies in overpaying for a unit simply because it is new. To find the true value of an apartment, we use 5 tests. We evaluate location scarcity, the surrounding supply, the sustainability of the fees, the length of the lease, and the building's management quality. These tests help identify the specific risks in different markets: building depreciation in Tokyo, service charges in London, oversupply in Dubai, and the lease and policy restrictions in Singapore and Hong Kong. Enduring value in a new apartment stems from location and management, outlasting the initial flash of the developer's marketing suite. The most successful new builds are those where practical demand remains strong long after the building is no longer the newest one on the block. An apartment becomes a true investment when a future buyer agrees that the completed, occupied property is still worth the price. We analyze where your money works, looking past the simple question of how much you have.